Here with us now, Lieutenant Colonel Daniel Davis, Senior Fellow at Defense Priorities, as well as host of Daniel Davis Deep Dive on YouTube. Colonel, great to speak with you. Talk about the strategy behind cutting special ops forces versus a different area like, let's say, ground forces.
Yeah, you know, when you look at this in context and all the things that are going on, this actually not only makes a lot of sense, it's a little bit overdue. And let me tell you why I say that. In 2001, before 9/11, there were about 43,000 special operation forces in the U.S. military, and that was deemed to be the right number for the missions that we had. Well, that spiked up to 75,000 in the middle of the wars, and we had 186,000 troops in Afghanistan, about 100,000 in Iraq at that height of that. And so much of those battles were about training the Afghan and then the Iraqi military forces, and then, a number of others. Well, when those wars tailed down, the number of special operations forces didn't. It stayed at, and I think right now it's about 73,000. So still considerably more when we don't have any of those missions to do anymore. So it makes sense to right size that. The second thing that's going on simultaneous is you have a recruiting shortfall where the actual active duty troops are having trouble maintaining even their own billets, they call it, the positions in there, but like 15,000 in this 1 year alone. And so the Army is going to have to make some hard choices. It's not a matter of choice. It's not a matter of we want to or don't. It's a necessity. And I think that this is probably something that's going to, help the Army out to meet some of its recruiting shortfalls. And then I'm sorry, the last thing I do want to mention, though, is it also matters what the mission is we give. And we don't need to be sending a bunch of these limited resources out to places that are incidental to American national security, like all over the European or the African continent. And that's something that's also going to be looked at.
All right, so Colonel, help me understand here, because we know we have this recruitment shortfall in so many different branches. So do these cuts mean people will be reassigned, or are these cuts in positions that weren't necessarily filled anyway?
Well, now a lot of this situation, what they were talking about in the Green Berets, typically the way they'll do something like this is that they just won't replace people when they leave, and so and then when someone leaves a particular unit or they leave the military, it won't be filled, and so there won't be a physical cut, so to speak. That's how they often do this, because they just don't have the need for that many. I bet if you look deep right now, you'll find that a lot of the special operators of these 73,000 don't have a lot to do, and that's why when you look targeted at what the Pentagon says they're going to cut, it's the so-called enablers, the people who are in logistics, the people who are in communications, et cetera, which can be done by others, but it keeps the trigger pullers and the guys who are on the front line. Those numbers apparently are not going to drop, and that's an important point to bring up.
All right, so Colonel, reductions have been fought by the special operations community. You're here saying, well, it kind of makes sense. So is this a matter of, maybe behind the scenes, a lot of people think that this does actually make sense?
It definitely does. Without any question, it makes sense. That's the reason why the Army's senior leadership, both military and political, are making these choices and decisions, because they understand. I mean, they have to balance all these needs. But it also is completely understandable from the special operator community, because they always think they need more. I mean, who doesn't? What general doesn't want more troops, more money, more everything? And really, that's across the board. That's kind of what they do. And that's why you need somebody at a higher level that can make the harder calls, because it's an emotional issue, like you saw with the congressman there a second ago. It's a very emotional issue to him because that's his branch, or what he was in. And unfortunately, sometimes we got to make decisions that make more than just the emotional level.
All right. Well, retired Lieutenant Colonel Daniel Davis, we certainly appreciate your time. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.